Hello, everyone. I am Brady Briggs here for another episode of The Combat Logic, brought to you by MyMMAnews.com. Joining me today, I got a very special guest. His name is David Onama, fresh off his UFC Vegas 48 first-round knockout performance over Gabriel Benitez. How are you, David? It's very nice to talk to you.
I'm doing very well. Thanks again for having me on here.
Yeah, of course. How are you feeling about 4 days out of the biggest one of your career?
Oh man, I feel good. I feel real good. Back to my original weight. 145.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Where I belong. This is where I do good at, and feels good just being back to my original weight and competing. So I feel really good. I feel real good.
I was going to ask that because you made your UFC debut on short notice, of course, filling in for Alon Patrick. He was supposed to rematch Mason Jones, the Cage Warriors champ. You took that fight at 155, and your fight prior to that was only 2 weeks out. What was it like preparing and accepting a fight in that short of a period of time?
First UFC fight, I was really prepared. Didn't really have enough time to go over my guy, study him.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really know much about him. Just took the fight on short notice for a really good opportunity. And I'm glad I took that fight.
Me too.
I didn't know where I was gonna be today. So I'm glad I took that fight. And then with Benitez, I had 2 weeks, which was enough time for me to prepare myself for the fight and kind of go over him a little bit, watch the film on, and see what he's really good at, and see his weakness. And I feel like just 2 weeks is all I needed. Benitez, I had enough time to study him, and everything that he was good at and he was not good at, and I was I was training. It's not like I wasn't training for the fight. I was still in the gym when I got the call. And again, man, like I said, I'm here to fight, and felt like it was a good fight for me, and me and my coaches, both agreed on it, and we took the fight in 2 weeks.
It was an absolute war, man, because Mason Jones is such a well-rounded prodigy, and so are you. I'm coming to realize it's very exciting to see. I'm pretty surprised you didn't get a fight of the night honors for that fight with him, honestly. But you did get a performance of the night when you knocked out Benitez.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to make it as a fighter, I know. Do you feel like you've made it?
You talking about like the bonuses and like the performance of the night, or just kind of like?
Yeah, like financially and just life as a fighter.
Yeah, I feel like this is where I belong, man. I can compete with these guys. I always knew I belong in the UFC, and it's a dream come true for me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, man, I belong here, and I can compete with these guys.
Yeah.
Exactly like when it comes to my original weight, featherweight, I can compete with these guys. This is where I belong.
Mm-hmm.
That's my last fight. I feel like I put a lot of 45ers on notice. Well, not just 45ers, but everybody on notice.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for a long time, man. Like, it's my time now, man. I gotta go out there and show people what I can do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I finally showed it. Man, I did what I had to do. And it all showed out.
So you took the fight with Jones at 155 pounds. He was a Cage Warriors champ at 155 and 170. And then to put on a performance like that, could you see yourself going back to lightweight at any point?
Never really thought about it. But if the future, if my coaches be like, hey, I got a fight for you at 155, and if it's a good matchup, then we're gonna take it again. So if the fight is good, we're gonna take it. So
Sure. You were an FAC champion prior to joining the UFC. Now, you don't have a Wikipedia page, so I'm going to try and pry a little information here. How many title fights did you have for FAC? Or how many other title fights did you have?
For FAC, I have one 145 belt with them, and then I also have I have one with the Blue Corner, which is a local show local show out here.
Mm-hmm.
Altogether, I really have 2 belts under my name before the big stage. So,
That's awesome. And you also went 10-0 as an amateur, correct?
I think it's more than that, but not for
Yeah.
sure. I can look. It could be 10. Probably is 10.
Yeah, amateur records are kind of hard. They're not always complete, but it does say that you made it up to 10-0. So that's pretty cool. And 9-1 as a I'm sorry?
I said I'll take that.
Yeah. And you're 9-1 as a professional with 9 finishes. The only loss, like, you could have arguably won, man. Like, that was a really close fight. It was an absolute war. Like, you really impressed me with that. I couldn't believe someone making their UFC debut against somebody like that to put on a show like that. It was very impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So you're 27 years old. When did you start training?
So I started my MMA career right after high school. That's like back in 2014, I believe.
Okay.
14, I started my MMA career under James Krause at MMA Fitness in Leeson, Missouri.
Oh.
He just, got signed. He signed me up, and he saw potential in me. Like, he knew this is what I wanted. I told him this is what I wanted. He signed me up, man. And we just started, training. It took me about 6 months to get my first amateur fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, man, we just picked it up, and I just stick to my schedule and started booking fights, man. From there, we just started, taking off.
That's awesome. I knew that you were at Glory MMA and Fitness and all, but I didn't know you started out there. That's really awesome. That's probably very beneficial to you.
Yes, sir, it is.
What's it like having James Krause as a coach?
Oh, man, it means a lot, man.
I've only heard great things.
Man, that's all you can hear with him. He's the best. He's the best coach in the world, man. I train with the best. Got the best coach in the world. He helps me out a lot, man. I like where I would be without him, man. Like, to be honest, I don't. You know what I mean? I am where I am today because of him. So huge thanks to James Krause, man. He's one of the best.
Yeah, I agree for sure. So you started training after high school. What got you into it? What got you into the sport?
Man, always just growing up, man. I always wanted like, I just love competing, I just love competing. Just love combat sports. Always told myself, and like, when the older I get, this is what I want to do, man. I want to fight. I want to become a fighter.
Absolutely.
And the older I got, man, I was like, I gotta start doing this, man. And ran through James Krause. He signed me up.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history, man. It's just a long journey, man.
Yeah, buddy, a long journey. That reminds me, you're from Uganda, Africa. Can you explain your experience moving to the States for me?
I moved to the United States when I was 10 years old. Don't really remember much about back home. But me and my family moved here for better better freedom, better education, better life, of course, for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a better life for us and the family.
Do you have any dream matchups? Anybody that you would like to fight, to say, like, maybe you were a fan of growing up?
No, I didn't really have nobody I wanted to fight. No, not really. But now that I'm in the UFC, the guy I want to fight is Max Holloway. That's the guy.
That would be sick.
And he's one of my favorite.
Mine too.
Yeah, to be the best, you gotta beat the best. So
absolutely.
If anything, Max Holloway is who I want to fight in the nearest future.
Yeah, that would be so awesome. I could definitely see that happening too, because you're both around the same age, and I definitely see you climbing up higher.
Yes, sir. That's gonna be a fight.
Honestly, I do like, prior to your fight with Jones, I looked you up because I saw that Patrick fell out, and then I looked your record up, and then a couple of your highlight videos. I was like, whoa, this dude's a prodigy. Like, this is going to be such a wicked fight. Like, I see you as a future champion, probably even in the UFC after only 2 fights, and I think that's really saying something.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very technical. You're very technical, and you have a killer instinct too, as you demonstrated against Benitez.
Yeah.
And Benitez is a good fighter. He's beaten some pretty good guys.
And he slick. He is slick.
Yes, he is. He's a very slick striker. He's got good kicks. But toward the end of the first round, you found your range with your hands. It was beautiful to see.
Sure.
When would you like to get back in there?
I'm anything I want to get back. Either April or May.
Okay.
So I got pain in my eye. Still hurting. My legs still hurt. Bruised up a bit. I just want to take some time off. Maybe just to heal up a little bit and just get back to work on Monday. So, sure. If anything, probably April or May.
April or May, late spring. That's on the ball, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any sponsors you like to shout out, or any teammates that have fights coming up, anything like that?
All my fans. I'm on Instagram, David Onama. Same on Twitter, David Onama, and all my sponsors, Marshall, Rogan, Inu. Shout out to you guys. It's a pleasure doing the business with you guys. And other than that, man, I don't really have much.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Mr. Onama. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, of course, man. I hope to talk to you again.
For sure, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Later.